The BBC is finished. They are finally on their knees. After years and years of corruption and covering up and hiding things, they are now being exposed. And they have exposed themselves recently.
I walk down to the Capitol and we fight. We fight like hell.
And their chief exec, head of news at the whole of the BBC, Deborah Turness, has now stepped down. So has their Director General, Tim Davie, stepped down. People are cancelling their TV licenses faster than ever before, and I think this could be the end of the BBC forever. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 main grievances with the BBC. And I want you to tell me what you think about these, because I promise not to shout. I'm not going to get angry. I'm just going to give you the facts about the BBC, and then you can tell me in the comments what you think and did I miss anything. So number 1, and this is the reason that they stepped down over this, and I don't think it's the worst thing, but this was over the Trump doctoring of the video.
Are you going ahead and suing the BBC?
Well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public, and they've admitted it.
In 2021, and basically in his speech, he said, "We will go to the Capitol," and then he said, "and we will cheer on the senators," and he went on to just say nice things. "We'll pray, we'll cheer them on." And then 52 minutes later, talking about something completely different context, almost an hour later, he said, "and we will fight." And what the BBC did was they doctored the footage and put it together and made him say, "We will go to the Capitol and we will fight." And they put eerie music over it. And then they said, "Look, Trump's right." That caused a lot of issues for Donald Trump. And it was completely the epitome of fake news. Not just fake news against anybody, against a world leader. And Trump is now saying that unless they properly apologize, remove everything they've said defamatory and incorrect, and basically eat humble pie, he's going to sue them for £1 billion, which if that happens, I think that will definitely be the nail in the coffin for BBC. So go Trump. I just wonder whether, if they have to give the billion, whether they're going to take that out of taxpayers' money or they're going to pay themselves. I'm not sure. We will find out. So I think doctoring footage and continually attacking Donald Trump, which is clearly a political agenda. They're not reporting on Donald Trump. It's not balanced. They say that they're really fair and they're unbiased. When have they ever said anything good about Donald Trump? It's always negative because they are politically charged and they are biased. They claim to be unbiased. They take taxpayers' money and they are biased. They hate Trump. They hate Christianity. They have changed the fact that we're a Christian country, and they have diluted it by teaching all kind of nonsense to kids. In fact, let me go on to that. Point 2, second point. So in my house, I got 4 children. We ban the BBC. We don't have a TV license, and I don't let the kids watch BBC. In fact, I don't even allow any of my guests in my hotels to watch BBC. We've got BBC banned. Even when the BBC, true story, the BBC tried to stay in one of our hotels. And they wrote in and said, "Oh, we've got a group booking. We're from the BBC and we're doing some filming." And they didn't know it was Samuel Leeds Hotel. But they're banned. BBC, British brainwashing channel, banned. However, they have got the BBC kids version, haven't they? CBBC, which is a kids version. And they have something called, I don't know if you know this. I didn't know this until I had kids. But they have News Round. They don't just indoctrinate and brainwash British adults. They also are going after our children. And this news round is the news, but for kids. And it's quite often played in schools. A lot of the kids will watch it in tutu time before assembly. Now, you'd like to think that their political agendas and their complete biases don't spill into the schools. Well, this is just a little snippet of what the BBC are teaching our primary school children, shown in schools.
The BBC is telling children aged 9 to 12 that there are more than 100 different gender identities.
Do you know there are so many gender identities? So we know we've got male and female, but there are over 100, if not more, gender identities now. So we know that some people might feel like they're 2 different genders. So people might think they're bi-gender. And then you've got some people who might call themselves genderqueer, who are just like, I don't really want to be anything in particular. I'm just going to be me.
The video also included a transgender activist who was born female but identifies as a man, and a lesbian head teacher who promote their own lifestyles to the children.
That's what the BBC are saying. Listen, if you're an adult and you identify as whatever you want to, that's great. I've got no issues. I'll call you whatever you want to be called. Love everybody. But that's the message being put into kids. And it's not even liberalism. It's not just like, because I'm pretty liberal. I'm chill. They're not chill though. Because when a BBC presenter had a script that said they had to read pregnant people, and the woman said, pregnant people, women.
Says that the aged pregnant people, women, and those...
She was told by the BBC that she breached their impartiality rules and hell broke loose and it was a major deal. So that's not liberal. I'm pretty liberal. I'm pretty chilled. That's illiberal. That's not freedom of speech. That is authoritarian type behaviour from the BBC there. Nothing wrong with saying pregnant women. It's just ridiculous. And here's the thing that gets me onto point 3. It worries me. See, I'm pretty chilled, right? I mean, I don't want my kids to be taught that there's 100 genders and they shouldn't be learning about that stuff in school. It's my opinion. However, I believe in freedom of speech. I'm pretty liberal. But when you slip into this whole, you can be whatever you want, choose your gender, choose your this, and it's free. It's a little bit scary. Because what happens if a grown man wants to identify as a woman and go into a woman's toilet, or identify as a child? Oops. That brings me to point number 3 about the BBC. When you've got grown men who are doing things they shouldn't with people of an age that they definitely shouldn't, the most grotesque things you can think of that I will not even say because it's too disgusting, what do the BBC do? What do they do? Cover it up. Oh, we'll just cover that up and just pay hush-hush money, cover it up, keep it quiet. That is absolutely disgusting. I think this is the worst thing. Like the Jimmy Savile thing. We haven't forgotten, folks. BBC, we haven't forgotten covering up Jimmy Savile, the most sickest individual, most damaging, dangerous person. Meanwhile, you're desperately trying to make Trump look like a sexual predator, but just recently covering up Hugh Edwards. It is the most disgusting hypocrisy. You couldn't make it up. I said I wasn't going to shout. I'm getting angry thinking about it. Number 4 is that they do hit pieces on people and bribe people to give them information they want, even if it's not true information. And we've seen this. Listen, John Sweeney was recorded. He ran the Panorama expose shows, and he was caught. He was recorded getting people drunk, offering them money, telling them what to say. That's not investigative journalism. That is hit pieces, bias, fake news. And people are waking up to this. I've had it myself with the BBC. The BBC, this was a long time ago now, about 5-6 years ago, but they came undercover to my business meetings with an agenda and did a hit piece on me. And they breached so many BBC rules. I did manage to get them to retract some of the stuff that they said, which was good, but their agenda was to try and take me down. Why? Why would the BBC come for me? Why would they lie about me? Why would the BBC defame me? Why would they speak to 100 people, and when 99 people say nothing but good things, ignore that? But when one person says something a little bit negative, publish that. Like, it's complete bias. It's so bad that it's almost the point now where if the BBC says something good about you, it means you're a bad person. And if they say something bad about you, it means you're probably a good person. So I proudly say that yes, the BBC attacked me 5-6 years ago. I've been pretty quiet since, because I've offered to debate with them. In fact, Abby Jala, where you at, Abby? Who did this whole big expose piece on me. Ironically, it didn't expose me at all. It just made my business grow. And everyone saw it, and anyone that was logically minded, who is a business person, just said, sorry, where's the wrongdoing exactly? Yes, there's eerie music. Yeah, they took little things out of context. I did a YouTube video where once, as a joke, I said, and if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm going to punch you in the throat. And in context and joke, they took that and put eerie music and slowed it down. It is just absolutely disgusting. It is a shambles. Meanwhile, while Abby Jala, back in 2019, 2020, was exposing me, she was promoting COVID vaccines. In fact, she was tweeting saying, if you need to know how to be safe with COVID, here's a BBC guide. She was promoting Black Lives Matter. If you Google Black Lives Matter BBC, you'll see all the articles where they're promoting Black Lives Matter. Not the fact that black people matter, of course, everybody would, I'd like to think, agree with that, but the organisation. So they were promoting an organisation called Black Lives Matter really heavily. Abby Jala kept tweeting about Black Lives Matter. But then when Black Lives Matter, the organisation, turned out to be nothing but a Ponzi scheme and was a fake organisation that was ripping people off and that was putting it into buying mansions, and actually none of the donations were being put towards actually helping black people, when that was revealed and when they were found guilty for that, the BBC was silent. Why? So they're attacking me whilst promoting a Ponzi scheme. I'm then proved innocent and they keep quiet, but then the Ponzi scheme is exposed and they keep quiet. It is so hypocritical, and people are tired of fake news. If you can't trust the BBC, if you can't trust their journalism, who do we listen to? That's why channels like my channel have been getting more and more popular, because people have realised that companies like the BBC are so fake news, they are so politically charged, they are so poisonous and toxic and pedo-covering, Ponzi scheme promoting, Britain brainwashing channels that we just give up. And this gets the final point. They're not unbiased. They're a mouthpiece for the government. And when Elon Musk, when they tried to expose him, and they sat down with him and they said, why are you taking away people's blue ticks and making people pay? Then disinformation could be spreaded. And he said, so BBC should be so trusted?
Who's to say that something is misinformation? Is it the BBC?
You're literally asking me?
Yes. Yes, I'm saying, who is to say that one person's misinformation is another person's information? I know the BBC, for example, is not thrilled about being labelled state-affiliated media.
I'm not the BBC, but...
Why? And they were speechless, because they know that they are corrupt. They know that they are fake news. And this is the point that hurts me the most about the BBC. Not that they attacked me, not that they're COVID vaccine pushing, Ponzi promoting fake news. The thing that gets me the most is that they make us, British taxpayers, pay for it. The fact that they charge us and bully us. Because if you don't pay your TV license, which is used to fund the BBC, and then the BBC have got big budgets where they do what? Take people out for drinks and get them champagne and get them drunk to get fake news from them and bribe them to run stories that push their agendas. So they can pay teachers to go into schools and tell people that there's over 100 genders and have CBBC newsroom for our kids. That's what we're paying for. And when we don't pay, they threaten us and bully us. I myself, when we stopped paying for our TV license, received threatening letters, and we said we don't watch live TV. We don't watch the BBC. We just watch things like YouTube, and we get our information from our solicitors and our accountants and from our academy members, and we don't need to pay for this. We were sent so many threatening letters. If they come to your house, as long as you're not actually watching live TV, BBC's on and the curtains are open, just tell them, we don't watch the TV. We don't watch the BBC. In fact, let me tell you right now, what I want you to do right now is cancel your TV license. Just cancel it. It's not a legal requirement that you pay for your TV license. As long as you're not watching it live and they don't come and see you watching it live, cancel it. And here's how you cancel it. Go to tvlicensing.co.uk. Our website is temporarily unavailable. That is, I can't shout. That's everyone trying to cancel their TV licensing. You can't cancel it right now. That is not right, surely. Okay, I don't know what to say. I guess it does say here you can call a number. I'm going to leave instructions below, because clearly their website's down because everyone's trying to cancel it. Yeah, the BBC, I told you they'll be finished. I told you they were finished. I'll leave a link in the description with instructions of how to cancel your TV license. But make sure you do, because you're going to save like, what, £150 a year? And you know what you should do? Go out and celebrate with that £150 that you are part of the solution, which is saying, no BBC, you are not the most trusted news outlet in the world, like they so often love to say. We cancelled you, and we enjoyed it with champagne and went out for dinner. And Abby Jala, you are a scumbag. And I don't know why you still haven't sat down with me. You spent so much time investigating me 5-6 years ago to do a show about me, and to write an article about me. Why not come and sit with me? Why don't we talk about who the true person is of integrity and who the faker is? Because I tell you something, I'm talking to Abby Jala from the BBC. I'm talking to the BBC as an organisation. You are fake news. We do not like you, we do not trust you, and we have decided that we will cancel you. So get the link in the bio, follow it, and cancel it now. And spend that money on something better.